What's up, guys? Toasty here, Get Burnt, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Now, today I'm going to be talking about One Punch Man, which is an anime that has gotten a lot of attention over the past few weeks that has been airing, and it had actually concluded today that One Punch Man has finished its first season run, and yes, first season, because there will be a second season. Apparently, the dude who does the manga actually said that he will be doing a second season, so that means that we're going to be getting more One Punch Man a little bit down the line, probably around a few years or a year or so down the line, so that's going to be great. But today I'm here to review the first season of the anime completely. I didn't really want to do it episode by episode because, One Punch Man is something that's not really, important, I guess, on my channel. A lot of anime usually aren't focused on besides Dragon Ball or Naruto or One Piece or anything like that. So I thought, why not do a full season review today and see how you guys like it. So tell me what you guys think about this in the comments down below. But without further ado, let's get into this. So in the story of One Punch Man, it's very simplistic, and a lot of people actually find this to be something wrong with the anime, or at least a lot of people who critique it, and a lot of people who don't actually watch it, so they think, the story's bad, so, you shouldn't even watch it, because it seems very simplistic and stupid. So it's meant to be a parody type of thing, where Saitama, aka the main character, the bald dude who's on the cover, he's a normal human, or at least it seems like he's a normal human, who trains so much that he is able to defeat all of his enemies in one punch. Now, a lot of people think that his power is to defeat everything in one punch, but that's not it. Saitama himself is actually extremely strong, and he can defeat everything in one punch, or at least it's seemingly so, but he's looking for an enemy that he can actually kill without using only one punch, and that's pretty much like what the series starts off with. In the beginning, Saitama just defeats a huge enemy, and it's in one punch, and he hates it. He hates the fact that he kills everything in one punch and wants a actual thrill of a fight, and that's completely shown through the first episode. I'm only going to be showing first episode screenshots, by the way, in order to not spoil anything of the story farther down the line, so that's why I'm only doing the first episode. But yes, that's pretty much it. And then other characters start meeting Saitama, and he soon becomes part of the Hero Association, and the Hero Association pretty much as you would assume, a group of heroes. And there's just a whole lot of interesting characters in here. Genos is an interesting character, Sonic's an interesting character. All of the heroes are pretty interesting themselves, and my favorite is Silverfang, honestly, but you guys won't know that until you watch the anime, which I really say that you should do, because honestly, I really think that One Punch Man itself, even though the story seems simplistic, the characters and the entire presentation of it, I think, is really great. So on the story front, I will say that even though the story did seem to be a little bit simplistic here and there, and maybe at a point you'd get really hyped up for a villain to get defeated in one punch, or not to get defeated in one punch, and it ended up happening, that is still, in my opinion, not that detrimental to the anime itself, because it's mainly the entertainment factor to why the anime is so great to watch. That's really it. So for the story, I will say that it may not be the most in-depth and most incredible story that's ever happened in an anime, but for a basic script, or a basic concept, the concept of it being a parody anime and having a guy who defeats everything in one punch is actually pretty new and interesting. I haven't really seen this type of thing done before, at least personally. I haven't watched an anime that has done this type of thing before, and personally I think that that's a great thing. So One Punch Man, on the story front, I'll say it's good. I mean, a lot of people will disagree with that, but personally I really did enjoy the story of the show, and especially up to its conclusion. So yes, that's pretty great. And tell me what you guys think about the story, though, in the comments down below. Next, for the visuals and animation, so this is going to be one part that just everyone's going to be expecting. Yes, One Punch Man, every single episode, and I don't think most people can actually argue on that. I don't think anyone can really argue on this, because every single episode of One Punch Man is done beautifully. Madhouse, we all know Madhouse for what they made. They made Death Note, they made Death Parade, they made I was gonna say Fullmetal Alchemist, but that was Bones. They made Hunter x Hunter, which is regarded as one of the most well done shonen anime, with over 100 episodes, having great animation in every single episode. And this one is no exception to the Madhouse greatness. Every single episode of this anime was done beautifully, and I cannot say this enough, man. One Punch Man is probably one of the best looking anime that I've ever seen. It has so much amazing flair in every single episode, and it's just amazing to look at. So that's pretty much where a lot of the people like to compliment it, because maybe a lot of people didn't expect such a simple I guess, concept of an anime to have such amazing presentation in terms of its visuals. But Madhouse, dude, Madhouse is actually my favorite studio in Japan for animation because I just love everything they do. Every time that they have something and they put something out in an anime, I always love the animation. I always think it's always so nice, crisp. It's just great. So if for that alone, I say that the visuals and art and animation are just mind-blowing, dude. I really do love it. And at some points in the high intense battle scenes, it's just amazing, dude. That's all I could say. It's amazing. I know I've said amazing like 50 times, but that's because it is amazing. This show itself is greatness. It's greatness with art and animation and visuals. So yes, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. And now for the OST and soundtrack. So One Punch Man, a lot of people don't really comment a lot on the OST and stuff, but I'm going to do it here because obviously this is a review. Man, the OST of One Punch Man is amazing. I know a lot of you probably are gonna like maybe disagree sometimes, I don't know, but throughout I heard every single track that it played during it, and even though the track was kind of, you know, repetitive, like it played the exact same song, or maybe it would change it up a little bit and maybe like change the song a little bit, maybe have a different instrument in there, like sometimes it would change it up. But personally, even though it did get a little bit repetitive, I love the music. I think the music is great, especially the action scene music that played in, you know, the beginning of the show, when, you know, in the first episode at least, at the end of it, and then in the end of the show. It's just great, dude. I really love the OST of this show as well, and that's personally all I have to say. Now for my final verdict. So you guys have heard me gush over One Punch Man for the entirety of this review. So is it actually good? Yes, it is really good, I would say. I would say that this is a really enjoyable anime, and it's actually one that's very approachable by people, even if you are maybe someone who doesn't watch a lot of anime, or you're someone who maybe, you know, doesn't really like anime that much. Maybe you think anime is a little bit weird. I mean, some people do actually have that mindset. One Punch Man is one that you can actually pretty easily get into. It may have some weird kind of quirks in it. Maybe sometimes, you know, the anime is a little bit weird, but for everybody, at least everyone that I've seen, most people can get into One Punch Man, and I think that is really a reason for its popularity. It was one that a lot of people expected, you know, to be kind of a big one, or at least people who have read the manga or at least heard of One Punch Man beforehand, especially when they heard it was going to be done by Madhouse. But this was really the underdog that exploded throughout the season, and everyone is watching One Punch Man now. It is extremely popular, and I don't think that it's undeserved. I mean, some people would say it's overrated, and I would definitely agree on that, because, you know, if a lot of people are loving it, it would obviously seem overrated because, you know, everyone's loving it. But personally, I think that One Punch Man is a great anime. I think it's worth the watch. It's only 12 episodes. It's a short, great anime, and it's going to get another season soon, so that's going to be really nice. But yes, that, guys, for what you're getting in 12 episodes, it is actually amazing. That's what I gotta say. Tell me what you guys think about One Punch Man in the comments down below. For the series itself, I personally will give it a 10 out of 10 for what it is. I don't usually give 10 out of 10s. Trust me, I usually never try and give 10 out of 10s because no anime is perfect. But for what it's trying to do and the execution of it all, including the visuals and the OST and everything in the anime itself, I must say I was very pleasantly surprised and impressed at what One Punch Man gave me from what I was expecting from it. So personally, I will give this series a 10 out of 10. Obviously, it's not the best anime ever made. It's not perfect. No anime is perfect. But for what I was expecting from this anime, it far exceeded my expectations, and it blew everything that I was watching this season mostly out of the water, dude. It was a great experience, and I really hope that the next season comes quickly. Hopefully it's done by Madhouse again. This was just an amazing watch, and if you haven't seen One Punch Man, make sure to go watch it. I will link down below to all of the places that you can go watch it legally, because, you know, you got to support the series. You can watch it on Daisuki, Hulu, and I believe you can watch it on Anime Labs too if you are in Australia or New Zealand, so you can watch it legally there. So if you guys want to go watch One Punch Man, I will have the links down in the description. Make sure to go watch it legally, support the series so that the series can get its second season much quicker, as well as have more money put into it, as well as to, you know, buy the Blu-rays whenever they do come over here throughout Viz Media, because Viz Media are the people who are putting it through to America. And yes, that's really it. If you guys want to see me do a review of all the OVAs when they come out for the Blu-ray, then please tell me what in the comments down below. And also, did you enjoy me talking about a different anime than like Dragon Ball and Naruto and One Piece? And if you did, then tell me in the comments and tell me if you guys want to see me do any other anime at any point. Tell me, and that's really it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like down below. I'm sorry that I just gushed over One Punch Man, but that's just honestly how I feel about it. So I will see you guys in the next review video. The Dragon Ball Super 24 review will most likely be up tomorrow because, you know, there's no sub for it out at the current moment that I'm making this video, and it's pretty late already. So I'm going to probably make that tomorrow when the sub is out. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you all have a nice day. One Punch Man is great, and I'll see you guys later. Have a great day, and peace out.